Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. From 5 yards further back, the extra point up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Panthers offense and Derek Carr ready for this next. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr going to throw. Open man downfield is Woods. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Now a play fake. Carr. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. The Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott picks it. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in the second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense once again up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
He's got room at the 30. Down the sideline he goes, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tony Gonzalez, 66 yards. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The ageless one, Julius Peppers, in to bring him down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Carr now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Michael Strahan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now Moon. Flush to his right. That one complete down the field to Gonzalez. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Seibert on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They certainly made quick work of that. Ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone in that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Carr. Under pressure, they got him again. Reggie White, what a force, got back there for the sack.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hit.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. Now he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Panthers about ready to take over.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
Now Carr.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to make nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football, and that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he's going to go down again. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Oh, what a move. And running with power here. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. Oh, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, not able to believe their good fortune probably. 1st and goal at the 2. White will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Carr. Yeah. And the ball is knocked out, and the Raiders pick it up.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
Oh, wide open, complete.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't caught? And it's a fumble. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So
We've seen one half of football and no points just yet. Let's see who can finally break that deadlock here in our second half. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out come the Raiders. They'll have it first to begin the third quarter. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Play action on first down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They go play action on first. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
2nd and 10 now. Vacates quickly left side. Finds him on the crossing route. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. It's White on the give. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Buying some time left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Now on comes Austin Seibert for the field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Seibert's kick is up and good. And that kick pushes them into the lead.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
From the 34. Has him on the quick hitter. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Football on that 47-yard line. First down. Shotgun snap now to Young. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. He's contained at the line for no gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And then pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Young throwing here. Gets this one to Andrews. And he'll get it up to the 44. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. On to punt on 4th down. It's Bradley Pinion. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On the move into the red zone. And he's finally brought down at the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders making a 9-point advantage. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Young up 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 10, Young. That's complete to Wilson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Young on the play action. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Sticking to the air, it's Young. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Here he is to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Rolling left, buying some time. That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. White. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. The Giants using their first timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Fullback trying to power it across. And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Goal line formation, a give to the fullback powering forward. Is that Lorenzo Neal? That Tom Rathman down there, Brock? It doesn't get more old school smash mouth than that.
Yeah, I think you could go back to the early 1900s with no face masks and still find that play, that formation, and yes, sometimes even that touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders take a 3-possession lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Giants offense all set to get started. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Young working from the gun. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. They've got a man in motion. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. Gotta hurry this to the line. 2nd and 4. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Slot man motioned over. To the air on 1st down, Young. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. You got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
A second down throw for Young. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Young. Trying to push it deep downfield. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Derwin James picks it. And the Raiders are going to take over after the interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
He puts everything behind this one. He's got it inside the 10. He has the touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what? And
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. It's that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in me, she just made a beat. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my this say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures of it. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 545, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She took with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties on the industry advice. I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 545, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. how far I go, yeah. Shooting star, yeah. All over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not what my way and go, yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO, yeah.
Business. This is highly recommended. This for all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here for the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen them thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights, it come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers, want to pick at a litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas, going 8-8, and you know ain't nobody. What up?
Showtime, yeah, this is the big ticket. Culture Cop Town, I'm talking that King Richard. It's like a movie, I'm seeing the bigger picture. These fellas are Cinderellas, I'm crushing them glass slippers.
On sight, I give you the green light. It's all bark, we all bite.
You gambling with your life? Well, let's roll the dice.
Don't be some problems if this dog in a fight.
That's right.
I'm just trying to get legendary. Open them wide. Something like I just I pull up with a few.
We can't arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.
All I wanna do is and just take your money. All I wanna do is and just take your money.
Hip hop took this globe.
We done did it.
Wanna see a mogul? We showing you how to pivot. Got this from DMC. Let's run with it. Took the fundamentals and having some fun with it.
These songs, King Kong, my team strong. Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on. Got the killers in choir all singing my theme song.
I could never do this alone. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic, they still the product. I seen the money coming, I showed you that I'm a prophet.
And I'm riding shotgun in case get out of pocket. Why you wanna press the issue? You need to stop and keep a lawyer on retainer for depositions and dockets. Back to the topic in case you forgot it. Anonymous head bobbing, baby, keep that popping.
Baby, I'm just trying to get
legendary.
Open them wide.
Something like
mind if I pull up with a few.
We can't arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.
All I wanna do is and just take your money. All I wanna do is and just take your money.
I need it. Cat. Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been.
A run to begin the second half with White. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's a toss right side with White. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
He finds his man complete. That's Gonzalez. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
Now a first carry for their fullback.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders!
Rashad White taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was Rashad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Mean Joe Green able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. We'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Taken in at the 22. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Here's Moon. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls in.
side of the field, get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he could pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Boom. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Nate Burleson, 62 yards. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. 7 yards there and a first down. Mayfield to throw it. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Play fake. Mayfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Derwin James with a pick. Down the left sideline. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
To throw, Moon. They'll roll him out right. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And connecting quickly with Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mayfield. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Aaron Jones. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Carlson's extra point up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 40 yards. And the Raiders have made it a 3-score game now here in the 4th. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it at the 10. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Mayfield. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it, as he gets wiped out on that one. Mayfield looks to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ronnie Lott, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's going to take another shot here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it. This is White. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
ain't seen real. I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my way I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight. Cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say yeah, I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you unless it's money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, got a game a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, can I drop your bag, sass? I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in his heart. To these me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chum, at least I know I'm up. Boy, thump, like my neighbors jumping up a pum. Boy, I bump in that Billy Strong, he ain't know he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no fun.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And off we go from Denver. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Toss play to Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Eluding the pressure right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the great coach has said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Third down and 13. Now it's Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And he fields it cleanly. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
The rookie from LSU leading this offense well. A good throw there leads to a first down. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal.
Ready?
Oh, they go with a tight end carry.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Ben Sennett. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
The score, Commanders 7, Broncos 0. Austin Seibert set to kick.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
From his end zone, Marvin Mims. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Throwing Nix. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd and a couple.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 Pioneer. Check go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Here we go, set.
Here's Nix once more. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Nix to the air. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Here's Nix. Flush to his right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here.
And Williams is in. Touchdown, Broncos. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now. But this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Off the play fake, Daniels. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there. No hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Now they'll change things up. They go play action. Daniels rolling to his right. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
19 tight, 19 tight, 19 wide.
Play action, now it's Daniels sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Daniels on the move to his left. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Zach Ertz, 32 yards. And Washington has taken the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Seibert on for the PAT. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. To throw, here's Nix. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well, it was you. I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner, in to bring him down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 Lion. Check go.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. They'll roll him out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
For the field goal, a 26-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. This is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. He's on his way. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
And Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Oh, good return up past the 30. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Here we go. Bronco switch.
They start the second half here with Williams. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Second down and 6 now from the 26.
Let's go.
Again, it's Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught by Vele. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side, he's got Vele. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Williams trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1.
Hey, check that.
Williams again. And Williams is in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Come on. Hey.
To the air goes Daniels. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Powering his way forward. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 and the 15. 92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A give to Williams, running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Nix. And this is going to be intercepted. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, they matched their opponent's pick 6 from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And, Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go right back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Nix.
Screen play set up for Williams.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw is Daniels.
Steps away. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
Here we go.
Robinson up the middle.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Cody Barton there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
He's got his man. That's Ertz downfield.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 35. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
They'll run with Robinson.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Rolling to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Zach Ertz. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for two. And now the lead stays at 5. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Adam Troutman,
74 yards.
And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
So minutes after giving up the lead in the fourth quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Huh? Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. 52 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
This is 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Daniels.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Nick Bonito picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now it's Nix. In trouble, and he's taken down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Throwing Nix.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way down to the 5. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
What kind of fortitude does it take to go for it on 4th down late in the 4th quarter, knowing that a turnover on downs could turn out to cost you the football game? I don't know if I could have made that call.
And Williams is in for a Denver touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Come on. Hit.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here comes second down.
Let's go now.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. He'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the camper. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Panther 11.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?
This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.